Aileen Wuornos. This name echoes through the annals of American crime history, forever linked to a chilling series of murders. But before the headlines and the notoriety, there was a young girl, Aileen, grappling with a childhood marred by abandonment and abuse. Born in 1956, Aileen's life was steeped in tragedy from the start. Abandoned by her mother and raised by her alcoholic grandparents, she suffered physical and sexual abuse that left deep scars. By the age of 15, Aileen was pregnant, ostracized by her community, and forced to live a transient life. The streets became her refuge and prostitution, a means of survival. This harsh reality, coupled with her traumatic past, shaped her worldview and fueled a deep-seated anger and distrust toward men. Aileen's story is a stark reminder of the lasting impact of childhood trauma and the desperate circumstances that can push individuals to the brink. It's crucial to remember that behind the label of serial killer lies a human being with a complex and troubled past. To understand Aileen Wuornos, we must delve into the depths of her experiences, acknowledging the pain and hardship that shaped her into the woman she became. Her story is not an attempt to excuse her actions, but rather a sobering testament to the devastating consequences of a life marred by abuse and neglect. Between 1989 and 1990, Aileen Wuornos, a name synonymous with terror, committed a series of murders that shocked America. 7 men, all strangers, fell victim to her deadly rampage across the highways of Florida. Her modus operandi was cold and calculated, luring men with her work as a prostitute before shooting them at close range. The victims, mostly middle-aged and older men, were left discarded along desolate stretches of road, their lives brutally cut short. Aileen's crimes sent shockwaves through the nation, painting a terrifying picture of a seemingly remorseless female killer. The media frenzy surrounding her case was unprecedented, with headlines screaming of a damsel of death and a highway to hell. Fear gripped the hearts of many, particularly those who frequented the highways where Aileen operated. The killings continued for over a year, leaving a trail of devastation in their wake. Each murder seemed to deepen the mystery surrounding Aileen's motives, fueling speculation and debate about what could drive a woman to commit such heinous acts. The nation watched in horror and fascination as the body count rose, waiting anxiously for the day the reign of terror would end. The case of Aileen Wuornos wasn't just about the brutality of her crimes. It was about trying to understand the woman behind the gun. Was she a cold-blooded killer, driven by an insatiable thirst for blood? Or was she a deeply troubled woman, scarred by a lifetime of abuse and driven to desperate measures? The answer, like most things in life, was far from black and white. Aileen herself claimed self-defense, alleging that each of the men she killed had attempted to rape her while she was working as a prostitute. She painted a picture of a life lived in constant fear, where violence was a necessary evil to survive. However, inconsistencies in her stories and a lack of physical evidence to support her claims cast doubt on her self-defense narrative. Psychological evaluations revealed a woman wrestling with borderline personality disorder and antisocial tendencies, likely exacerbated by her traumatic upbringing. Experts debated whether she suffered from PTSD or even potential brain damage, further complicating the question of her culpability. Aileen's case became a battleground for discussions on mental health, trauma, and the legal definition of self-defense, leaving many to grapple with the unsettling possibility that the lines between victim and perpetrator can become tragically blurred.